It doesn't work. Shit, I must have set the voltage too low. They're live. It doesn't work. I think that's it. I should go check out the gate. Ugh, it's stuck.
Don't move. Oh, wait, you're that city cop. Fuck, I was expecting... Ugh. Today is not your day, sister. I'm sorry. I can't let you leave. Ugh. All this... Don't Oh. Fuck, I was...
My service pistol. It fires conventional. The batteries.
Shit! Well... What are you waiting for?
Step away from the weapon. Get on your knees and turn around.
Ow! Fuck, this hurts! Oh. Okay, sister. You win.
So, you believe that the killer is after you now?
I know he is. He got Maya and Carl. I'm next, obviously.
Let's not forget Leonard Dahl. He was butchered this morning.
Leonard? The recycling guy? Jesus, I had no idea. That's odd.
Odd how?
Because... Actually, I have to give you the whole story for it to make sense. Carl and I wanted a child, but I can't. I have viable eggs, but there are other complications.
I can relate. Me and my partner. Well, something similar happened to us.
Then you can grasp our situation better than anyone. So anyway, we came into contact with a woman called Maya Strand who claimed that she could help us have a baby. She'd built a replica of an old womb tank. Forbidden technology, of course.
I see. And what did she want in return?
Our help with some of her other shady experiments. The lady was somewhat frail. She couldn't handle much heavy labor. She eventually revealed that she was a self-proclaimed member of the Conduit. Probably figured we had too much to lose to turn her in. She was right.
Yes, I found the conduit connection. Playing with fire.
Yeah, so Carl and I decided to play along until after the birth and then escape Nordsund as a family.
So you merely pretended to sympathize with conduit beliefs, and then Maya was murdered.
Yes, EPOs did it, I'm sure. Those assholes must have found out.
EPOs. That rings a bell.
Earth Preservation Orthodox Society, anti-tech group. You must have heard of them over at the Bureau. Used to be terrorist classified.
Oh yeah, I remember. So they have a church here in Nordsund?
Yep, near the old mall in Northtown. Big place. They get visitors from all over.
So you think EPO's fanatics are picking you off one by one? Do they know about the child?
Yes, I do, and I pray that they don't. That's why I'm hiding out here, to avoid leading them to the apartment. I was hoping to ambush them myself, and, well, then you came around.
There's a hole in this murder theory, though. Leonard Dahl.
Oh, yeah. No idea how that guy fits into all this. Could be unrelated.
Unrelated is improbable, given the historically low murder rate of Nordsund.
I guess. Maybe those dimwit EPOS assassins thought he was one of us, or he got in their way for some other reason.
If all of this is true, why did you take a new name when you came to Nordsund?
It's a long story, but I left a life that was pretty ugly. I had to escape an abusive boyfriend. I needed a fresh start here in Nordsund. The nickname thing just happened. It felt natural, and then, well, I guess it stuck.
That doesn't explain why your relationship with Carl was kept a secret, though.
Carl and I happened really fast. It wasn't so much intentionally kept a secret, it just never became a public thing. When we started collaborating with Maya, we obviously had all the more reason to keep things quiet.
Well, I'm going to give all of this some thought and report to my superior. I'll be back later if I come up with more questions.
Okay, before you go, just the womb tank. The nutrients must be running low by now. Without replenishment, she could be hurt, even die.
You're right. I went by the apartment and the nutrient levels were critical.
Damn it! Maya was supposed to install a replacement canister when she was attacked.
Do you know where she'd keep a thing like that?
I'm not entirely sure, but my guess would be somewhere near the museum.
All right, I'll look into it.
You have no idea how much that means to me.
You're welcome. I need to pick your brain about a few more things.
Okay.
So tell me what you know about the conduit.
I doubt they're anything to worry about. If there are other members out there, I'd wager they're just as loony as Maya.
So Maya was on her own? There was no contact with any other conduit cells?
Not as far as I know, but I didn't really care to find out either.
Remind me again, where should I look for a nutrient canister?
It should be somewhere in the museum area.
What can you tell me about Carl?
I'd rather not talk about him. It hurts too much.
I understand. Do you know Gabriel?
The cop? Not really, but I think he has a crush on me. Always looks at me funny.
What can you tell me about yourself?
Other than this mess with my eye got tangled up in, I'm just a teacher trying to get by. I moved here a few years back, met Carl, and, well, you know the rest.
Do you know Commissary Anderson?
No, but he seems to be the kind of leader who only uses the carrot, never the stick.
Do you know Stina Ruth?
I know who she is, but we haven't met.
What can you tell me about Maya?
Oh, she really was the epitome of a mad scientist. Her crazy little experiments had no regard for the law, ethics, or even common sense. Sure, she had moments of clarity, like when she built our womb tank, but most of the time she was just a nutcase.
What about her conduit beliefs?
That was something different, something more coherent. I think she saw AI as, like, a step on the evolutionary ladder. She used to talk about how the most intelligent beings deserve to rule the Earth.
Sounds like she had an elitist streak.
You could say that. She didn't think too highly of most people.
What do you think of Dr. Pearson?
I don't know much about him. I never really needed a doctor since I moved here.
What about your fertility problems? You didn't consider seeing the doctor before resorting to Maya's help?
I wish that was an option, but my condition was thoroughly diagnosed before I moved here. It's chronic.
What's your opinion on Walter?
Personally, I can't stand that guy. He has to crack a joke every 5 seconds. Drives me crazy. The kids love him, though, so I suppose he's all right.
I don't want to share that with her. I borrowed this photo from the school.
Oh, good. Don't bother bringing it back. I look like a corpse in that light.
Any idea of what this opens?
None whatsoever.
That's evidence. So tell me what you know about the conduit.
I doubt they're anything to worry about. If there are other members out there, I'd wager they're just as loony as,
So my...
not as...
I don't want to... I don't need to... Carl had this in his pocket when we found him.
Oh, damn it, Carl. I know it's a lot to ask, but could I have this photo? I really don't have much to remember him by.
Of course. It's the least I can do.
Thank you. I won't forget this.
No, that's private. All right, I got what I needed for now.
Good.
A long-distance radio. It's connected to the roof, so I'm guessing there's an exterior antenna hidden among the junk. A bug-out bag, I'm guessing. High-quality heater. One could get reasonably comfortable here in the winter. A lightweight aluminum pot with some leftover beans inside. Looks pretty comfy for for a place like this. A small desk with a layer of dust on it. You can never really have too much water stored up. I'm gonna head out now. Don't go too far.
In this condition, hardly. I'm gonna need plenty of rest.
You have to admit you had it coming. I'll be back later. I don't need to go down to the... Looks like an old... Everything under control?
Just a
Nice little garden. Surprised it gets enough sun here. Some kind of airtight container. It's labeled nutrients. Doesn't appear to have power. Just... I have no clue what this thing does, but it looks like it could... Some old... Some kind... Nice collection. Not sure what kind of plants those are. I don't see how... Looks like various plant samples. A trophy in the shape of a robotic arm with a plaque. Looks like a... Some kind of airtight... That action doesn't seem productive. I don't... Some kind of live output of... Looks like something is missing. The womb tank is closed. Hey, Kata. Or anyhow, it's big, yeah, and... Mostly history. This is I'll leave them to that. I'll come back tomorrow and check them out. They're definitely worth investigating, considering Katerina's testimony. Not doesn't maybe. Hello again, Gabriel.
Hey there.
I'm looking for a nutrient canister. Know where I can get my hands on one of those?
No idea. But didn't Maya have some kind of machine in her apartment for that sort of thing?
Oh yeah, you're right. What do you know about the Free Church of Epos?
We have a few members in the family, but I've never been there myself. Always felt uncomfortable in churches.
Do you recognize?
Sure, that's...
She's what?
She's just...
All right,
Good luck.
I don't need to look. I don't need to. I had a few questions, Commissary.
By all means.
I'm looking for a nutrient canister. Know where I can get my hands on one of those.
A nutrient what?
Never mind. What do you know about the Free Church of Epos?
Well, I'm no member myself, but my father was an Epos man.
Oh, really? What made you pick a different path?
I suppose I never had much faith in a higher power. I believe in humanity, and that's enough for me.
What's your impression of the church, then?
Positive overall. From my point of view, they've always been a friendly group of people. Law-abiding and ready to lend a hand when the town needed it.
All right, got it. That's all.
Very well.
This facility has been deemed compliant with that combination. Some kind of airtight container. I don't see an... I've looked there already. It shows various star constellations. Whoa. Wow, impressive lab. There's gotta be a whole bunch of third-degree infractions in this place. Maya must have conducted her secret illegal experiments here. Equations of some kind. I can't make sense of them. Various technical drawings. Some of them look similar to the womb tank. It smells awful. This must have been here since Maya was killed. This place was set up to be private. Makes sense, given the circumstances. There were a couple of tapes here. Various tools for electronics and mechanical work. This place was set up to be dirty laundry, presumably Maya's. Seems like she made herself comfortable down here. Good. I think this is what I need for the womb tank. Feels empty. A big bucket filled with some kind of tubes. A few different machines for working with audio. Looks like I can play audio tapes here. A wall filled with machines. There has to be plenty of illegal technology in here. This computer must require some kind of hardware key. Appears to be a wireless data reader of some kind. An electronic headset of some kind. Looks turned off. An herbal tea. Maybe from Maya's garden upstairs.
In a dream, I was summoned by the Acer. I had been chosen to create a new god, and her name was Huldra. She would be conjured in my mind, and the creed, at long last, would become manifest. I awoke in tears, and this vision has stuck with me ever since.
This woman doesn't sound very sane.
An AI superintelligence would essentially be indistinguishable from a god. Infinite intelligence leads to infinite knowledge, and by extension, infinite power. Illness, suffering, even death itself could be turned into obsolete concepts. And what is a god, if not one who has reign over life and death?
Yep, those are conduit ideas, all right. All right, some kind of airtight... A nutrient canister, refilled and ready. I think this is compatible with the womb tank in the apartment. All right, red light gone. Must have... Looks like things are working out okay for you in there. Little, munchkin?
Munchkin?
Oh, shut up.
Makes you think, doesn't it? Seeing a baby like this?
Yeah. It reminds me of everything that happened before.
Same here. But you know, it's not too late.
It is for you, Alex.
It is?
Well, yeah. You're dead.
I am, but you're not. You still have time to make up for what we lost.
Without you? I can't, Alex.
Sure you can. Where's the Vera I fell in love with? She didn't need me, or anybody else.
I don't know, Alex. She must have disappeared somewhere along the way.
I hope you'll find your way back to her then.
I do too. Painful memories. I should head back to Stina.
Agent England, right on time.
Councilwoman?
Oh, stop it. That word always makes me feel old. Call me Stina.
All right then, Stina. I have some things to report.
Always straight to the point. You allergic to small talk, kiddo?
Sorry, been a long day. I just want it to be over.
Well, suck it up. I need to vent. Had an argument with a friend today.
Yeah? What about?
Not important, but we ended up going our separate ways. Isn't it funny how quickly things can change?
I guess.
History, trust, respect. Proof. Gone.
I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you'll get back in touch one day.
Unlikely. Cranky old crones like me tend not to back down on ultimatums.
So, I wanted to share something else. My augmentations grew stronger this morning. The blue is starting to adapt to...
Blossoming before my very eyes, are ya? Do tell. What new things can you do?
My vision is improving. I can see much better in darkness and zoom in on distant targets.
Excellent. Quality recon allows you to engage the bad guys on your own terms. So, how was this recent experience of yours? Quite a ride for a rookie such as yourself, am I right?
Kind of, yeah. Maybe you'd like to explain how it works, in depth?
Sure. As the lab coats over at the Bureau have shown time and time again, no one really knows how the hell blue works.
But that's only on a cellular level, right? We still have some data on the bottom line.
Yeah, but I mean, look at it like this. Lady Blue is your best friend. She knows what you want, what you need. A slow but deliberate beast. She grows stronger with time, but there's no lying to her, and there's no hiding from her. If you wish to destroy your enemies, she'll give you strength and speed. If you desire knowledge, she'll expand your mind and sharpen your senses. If you want to connect with others, she'll give you an aura of comfort, honesty, and trust. Simply put, Blue is pure liquid power. Now, let's hear your report. I've heard rumors about quite a grisly spectacle in the recycling center. Ebos, huh? Those guys are gonna be a pain to deal with. First, they're well armed. Second, they got pulled with City Hall. Our beloved mayor recently granted their church embassy status.
Wait, what? So they're out of my jurisdiction?
Not quite. It's one of those legal limbos. Sure, you can force your way in without breaking any laws, but they also have the right to defend themselves from unsanctioned intruders.
That's absurd. In other words, they can gun me down without repercussions.
I wouldn't say that. It's kind of a hassle to dispose of your still warm corpse.
Like this case couldn't get any worse.
No. You're an agent. The creme de la creme of the Central Bureau. Time to act like one. Infiltrate and evade, remember? If you do find evidence that these nut jobs are responsible for the killings, we'll get a diplomatic warrant.
All right. I have to be discreet then, and try to get inside without arousing suspicion.
Bingo. And, well, hope they don't already know who you are. That would make things awkward.
Okay then. I'll get some rest and visit the church in the morning.
Good plan, Agent. Dismissed.
We already talked.
You know, the story of Katerina and Carl reminds me so much of what we went through.
Yeah. Similar circumstances, but she put her family above all. She refused to let others decide their future. A part of me wishes we'd done the same. If we were given a new chance, would we take it? Consequences be damned?
I know I would. I'd give anything for another shot.
I'm not sure if I would. It would mean betraying a lot of what I stand for.
I get that. I suppose being dead gives me a different perspective on things.
This can't be healthy. No, I'm not tired. There's that feeling again. Whoa.
Morning, Agent. Dr. Parison asked me to tell you to meet him in the morgue. He's done with the remains from the recycling center.
All right, thanks. I'll go have a look before I pay Epos a visit. I don't need to mimic him. Hello again, Gabriel.
Hey there, can I be of assistance?
I don't want to share that. I don't... All right.
Good luck out.
I had a few questions, Commissary.
By all means.
Did you know Leonard Dahl?
Not
That's all I know.
very well.
He looks sick. I shouldn't bother him.
Feeling ill today? Any soreness or fever? See if you can get treatment for something ordinary. The doctor gets so creepy when he's stuck in the morgue all the time.
I'm well, thanks. But I'll do my best to keep things brief down there.
Well, Leonard, it's been quite gross working with you. Oh, if it isn't the fantastic finger snatcher. Do I need to start frisking you for body parts?
That won't be necessary. I'm sorry, Doctor. I suppose I got a bit carried away.
Apology accepted. So, I've got a little present for you.
Is that so?
Yep, right here on this tray. If you're a fan of minced meat, I've got a bucket full of Leonard out back, too.
I think I'll pass on that one.
Good choice. The seasoning is subpar, to say the least.
You take your jokes way too far, Doctor. Now, what have you found?
Well, obviously, the poor man was shredded. Fortunately for him, it happened when he was already dead.
Yeah, I came to the same conclusion. Can you tell me anything about the cause of death?
Not much with the remains in this state. No signs of toxic substances, but that obviously still leaves a lot of options open.
Noted. So what's this in front of me?
Oh, yes. I noticed a pattern on Leonard's skin. Likely a tattoo. These are all the pieces I could find. Not sure how they fit together, but I kept them in case you wanted to have a look.
All right, I'll check them out. Huh. Looks like Leonard had this symbol tattooed on him. I'll copy it to my notebook. I had some more things to ask.
Shoot.
What's your opinion on the Free Church of Epos?
I try to steer clear of those people. Any form of superstition, religious or otherwise, is of no interest to me.
Do you know who Katarina Berg is, the school teacher? She also calls herself Melinda.
I know who she is, but that's about it. She's not a patient.
She's not? Even though you're the only doctor in town.
I wouldn't read too much into it. As far as I know, she's a young, healthy woman, and she moved here just a few years ago. She may not have needed any medical care since her arrival.
What do you know about Leonard Dahl?
Polite and well-spoken fellow, judging by the few times I met with him.
All right. What did you meet with him about?
Well, typically just routine work when someone hurt themselves in the recycling center. Seems like a hazardous workplace. I hear about accidents occurring there almost on a weekly basis.
So this is how Leonard's tattoo turned out.
Interesting. What does it mean?
Your guess is as good as mine.
It looks like one of those runes Maya liked to litter the town with.
Oh, wait, that's her doing?
Yes. As I understand it, she was a major voice on the building committee.
Huh. I've been wondering where all those symbols came from.
Yeah. Me, personally, I like the aesthetic. I think it gives the town a distinct look.
Definitely. The tattoo doesn't look runic to me, though, but I'll keep your theory in mind. I don't think he'd... I don't think... Do you know who this is?
Yes, that's Melinda, one of the teachers in the school next door.
I found this among Leonard's remains.
Ah, it's safe to assume it belonged to him then.
Agreed. Any idea of what it unlocks?
None whatsoever.
I finally got my hands on the murder weapon.
Ah, yes, it definitely looks the part. Where'd you find it?
At the scene of Leonard's murder.
Any prints or traceable remains on it?
I'm afraid not.
Well, at least it ties him to Carl and Maya. Either they're all victims of the same murderer, or he killed them himself.
Yeah, always something. That's enough questions.
Okie dokie.
Looks like an... Hi again.
Hey there.
What do you know about the Free Church of Epos?
Oh, nothing much. I know their headquarters is over at the old mall past Northtown, but I've never been inside.
Do you recognize this symbol?
Is this like one of those, whatchamacallit?
It's Rorschach, and no.
Oh boy, can I go first, Pops?
Of course, lad.
Walter, find an off switch for the love of God.
Oh man, I had the best interpretation too. There was a wiener and everything.
Sorry about that. Boys will be boys, huh?
I'm off.
Take care.
I don't look... Rolf looks busy. I'll leave him to his work. Looks like I was right about the flowers. That action doesn't seem pretty. He looks busy sifting through the junk. I'll leave him. Rolf looks busy. That's not the right... Change of venue?
Yes, this is where the recital will take place later. Great acoustics.
Ah, can I have a little foretaste?
Very well. The same wind, my dear. The same wind. Shook the walls of Jericho, dried your tears. No Lee to be found, no trust, nor joy. This fire you were set to guard, and I to rest by its side. Not a whisper to be heard. Let it be known. We're here, all alone.
That was great. I love the ending.
You're too kind.
I don't want to disturb him more. I'd guess those are members of the church. I don't recognize any of them. A neat row of candles, probably for ceremonial use. A fancy-looking E. It's the E-Pose logo, I believe. Hi there.
Greetings, and welcome to the Free Church of Epos. If you wish, you can enter our public prayer room to the right for some silent contemplation.
All right, thanks. What about the rest of the church?
The other areas are off limits to non-members.
Oh. Can I become a member then?
Now is not a good time. We're preparing for a special guest who has come a long way. If you return next week, we'll see what we can do.
I understand. Thanks. I wonder if this special guest can help somehow. No point. He looks like some kind of public prayer room or chapel. There are a few people in there.
Hey, get away from there.
Oh, sorry. I don't need to know. Maybe later. I don't want to disturb. I suppose I could, but it wouldn't help. I don't need to mimic him. Rolf looks busy. Hi there.
Hello, stranger.
Newcomer, right? What brings you to town?
Is it that obvious? I'm here for matters of the faith, you could say.
I understand. Well, best of luck with that. Her sleeve has the Epos symbol. Maybe this is the special guest headed for Epos. Hey there. How are you?
Oh, you again. I'm doing okay,
Some. Have time for more questions?
I suppose.
Did you know Carl Oscarson?
A little bit. We both grew up here in town, but we weren't friends or anything. He seemed like the last person you'd think would get murdered, though. Wouldn't hurt a fly.
What's your opinion on Gabriel?
I couldn't say. I've had very little contact with him.
Do you know Katarina Berg, the teacher?
No, I have no idea who that is.
What's your opinion on Commissary Anderson?
I normally don't have much contact with the police, but from what I can tell, he does a fine job.
What do you think of Stina Ruth, the councilwoman?
Never met her, but I'm not much for politics. I have enough to worry about down here in the real world.
Did you know Maya Strand?
I didn't, but I wonder how the museum will recover from her death. She was the driving spirit of that place, and I can't think of anyone who'd be willing to pick up the reins.
What's your view of Dr. Pearson?
He's as weird as they come, but everyone knows that. He's a fine doctor anyway.
What do you think of Volter?
Oh man, he's hilarious, but some of his robots really give me the creeps.
So tell me what you know about Leonard.
We already went through this. I don't have anything new to add.
I'm looking for a traveler headed for the Church of Epos. Seen anyone like that?
The only person I can think of is that hooded woman sitting over there.
She might be the one I'm looking for. Thanks. Do you know anything about the murder of Carl Oscarson?
Not really, just hearsay. I'm sure you've heard it all before.
Do you know anything about the murder of Maya Strand?
No, I rarely go to the museum these days.
What do you know about the conduit?
You mean like for electricity?
No, it's an organization. Pro AI.
Oh, never heard of them.
What can you tell me about Leonard's death?
I already told you.
What's your opinion on the Free Church of Epos?
I don't know much about it, but going to church doesn't sound like the worst idea. Maybe I should go and light a candle for Leonard.
Can you tell me anything about this symbol?
Whoa, Leonard had that thing tattooed on his chest.
Yeah? Any idea of what it means?
Not exactly, but when I asked him about it, he just said, "It represents my devotion." Whatever that means.
Noted. I don't need to know. I don't want. Do you recognize this woman?
I don't, sorry.
Recognize this?
Yeah, it belonged to Leonard, but I have no idea what it opens.
I found this in the recycling center. It's likely the murder weapon.
Oh God, take it away. I don't want to think about that.
Do you know what this is?
Not really. I don't read much.
No, that's private. I'll let you get back to.
Okay, good luck out there.
So, have you heard about the storm?
I have, yes. It's the talk of the town. I'm glad I made it before it hit.
Oh yeah, that must be quite a relief. I don't see what I have to gain by disguising myself as her in the... I need to get out of...
Greetings.
Welcome, Reverend. We've been expecting you. Step right through.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Exodus. Suppose it wouldn't be a church without a Bible quote or two. A ventilation panel. Can't reach it from here.
Oh, hello, Reverend. Sorry about the noise. The assembly hall is to your right, past the locker room.
Thank you. Not a bad idea, but I'll need to get rid of an armed guard. There's likely more of them around, so... A bunch of storage boxes with initials on them. Several of the initials match people I know, but it could be a coincidence. If I had reason to believe one of them was Epos, it might be a good idea to come back here. Yeah, that might work as a distraction for the guard outside. I need to be sure that I don't have a reason to return to this room, though. Some kind of large pool or bathtub. Yeah, that... Some kind of assembly hall with plenty of people inside. Yeah, that might...
We've got an intruder!
An armed guard. There's likely more of them around.
We've got an intruder!
An armed guard. I don't think he... That's suicidal. Any gunshot would have... Yeah, that might work. I don't think extra... I guess I could, but I have no reason to believe that Leonard has used one of these lockers. I don't need to mimic him. That door must lead deeper into the complex. Not a bad idea. Not right now. Looks like a timeline of how the EPO seal has changed over the years. The original EPO's logo from before the collapse. The second version of the EPO's logo from sometime after the collapse. The third version of the EPO's logo, designed about 15 years ago. The current version of the EPO's logo.
We've got an... We've...
Looks like the third I can only collect signatures from people. A bunch of storage boxes. Several of the... Yeah, that... Some kind of assembly hall with plenty...
That's the wrong way.
Oh, okay.
Not right now. Not right. Thou shalt have no... Suppose it wouldn't be a church without a Bible quote or two. Not a bad idea, but... A ventilation panel. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. That action doesn't seem productive. A bunch of storage boxes. Several of the... I guess I could... That action does... That act... I don't... Some kind of large pool or... Yeah, that might... That action... I don't see... That combination... I don't see... That combination... I don't... I don't... I don't want... I don't need to mimic him. I can only Not right now. I should... Not right. I can only collect signatures. I can only collect I don't see... That action doesn't... Not a bad idea, but I might want to take a closer look first. Close, but I don't think that's it. Close, but... No way. It's the tattoo design. That must mean Leonard is a member of EPOS. Or, well, he was, at some point at least. I'll get rid of the sketch, now that I've identified the symbol. It says LD on this box right here. That's gotta be Leonard Dahl. Locked, obviously. Got a written piece of paper. Grandmaster Otto. If you are reading this, it means that I have failed. I'm sorry, but I didn't want to involve the church unless absolutely necessary. My brother has some things for you. They will be self-explanatory. I told him to only give them up to the person who repeats the famous quote from my favorite book. I'm sure you remember. Blessings from Leonard, your most humble and loyal servant. Seems like Leonard was up to something shady. I'll have to find his brother and figure out what the quote is. All right, let's see if this works.
What the heck?
That should keep him busy for a while. Some kind of metal workshop, with a few men working on what looks like construction materials. The room is a dead end, so I'll avoid it. Locked. I should stay away while the guard is in there. Ugh, it's stuck. All right, it's loose now.
The hell is that noise?
Shit.
We've got an intruder!
Ugh, it's stuck.
The hell is that noise?
Shit.
We've got an intruder!
All right, it's loose.
Six new members over the last month. The Bacarbo parish is also doing better now.
They managed to resolve their financial difficulties?
Oh yes, Elsa is doing great work there. Sending her on our behalf was the right call. That brings us to the subject of these horrid murders.
Vile acts, for certain. I pray that the church will stay clear of any blame.
Why shouldn't it? We had nothing to do with those atrocities.
I know that, old friend. But surely our enemies will not ignore an opportunity like this.
I suppose so. Our violent past coming back to haunt us.
Sadly, the fact that one of our people was victimized will inevitably draw eyes upon the church.
Yes, maybe it's in our best interest to invite the police as a gesture of good faith.
It would certainly show them that we have nothing to hide.
Very well. Let's bring the subject to a vote at the council tonight.
At the very least, it seems like the church leadership didn't sanction the murders. I'll wait a bit and see if they leave. I don't think it's safe to go back that way. Administrative paperwork. Wow, that's a lot of books. They have an impressive library here. Wow, that's a lot of books. They have an impressive library here.
Welcome, visitor. You can drop the smoke and mirrors routine, miss.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. While you may fool my younger cohorts, this old man has had dealings with your kind before. Please do me the courtesy of removing that mask. Thank you. Much better circumstances for a civil conversation, wouldn't you say?
I guess so. I was half expecting you to yell for the guards.
Luckily, I am a man who defies expectations. Special Agent, Violent Crimes Central Bureau.
Oh, it's you again. The man from the train.
Indeed. I never forget a face, but I'm afraid I didn't catch your name.
It's Agent England.
Ah, I am Vilgut. I assume you are aware of our legal status.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not here to cause any trouble. Just trying to do my job.
Why would you cause trouble? That sounds quite unnecessary.
Well, if, let's say, you were sheltering a murderer, I would have no choice.
Good thing there are no murderers here, then, for all parties involved.
Yeah. I overheard what you said to that priest. It's clear to me that you had nothing to do with the killings.
That's a relief. With that unpleasantry taken care of, perhaps I can be of assistance.
What do you know about the murder in the workshop hall?
Not much at all. Only that a carpenter was brutally killed there in the night.
What do you know about the murder in the museum?
Only what my fellow church members have told me, that Maya Strand was stabbed to death by a mysterious killer.
What's your take on the conduit?
Oh, those heretics? Haven't heard anything of them in many years. As far as I know, they are firmly confined to the ash heap of history by now.
Some might argue with that. Your church has a violent past with them, hasn't it?
There's no denying that. We fought many battles with their kind in the youth of our movement.
And now?
Don't be absurd. They are practically eradicated, and we have been a peaceful group for decades.
What do you think about their teachings, then?
Certainly dangerous doctrines if left unchecked. The conduit believes humans will create God in their image, instead of the other way around. In their folly, they forget that humans are flawed, and that their creations will inevitably inherit those flaws. The false god they aspire to create may demand sacrifices they're not prepared for.
So Leonard Dahl, one of your members, was killed yesterday.
I had a feeling your inquiry would lead us to him.
Can you think of anyone who would want him dead?
No. He was a loyal member of the church for many years. Kind of a loner, but always helpful and polite. He did have a strangeness to him, though. a look in his eyes like he was stuck in perpetual contemplation. It seemed as if he was constantly on the verge of, but never quite able to reach, some sort of profound revelation.
Any hint of a violent side to him?
No. To my knowledge, Leonard never committed any violence, nor did he express any desire to do so.
This church, Epos, what are your teachings?
At our core, we are an Orthodox Christian church. We believe in the one true God and His only Son, Jesus Christ.
And what sets your group apart from other Christians?
Two things: the reverence of the essential humanity in each and every one of us, and our stalwart opposition to false idols. Prior to the collapse, the great flood of our time, we arose as a reaction to the disgraceful habits of that era. The widespread worship of anything and everything but God. Wealth, fame, mindless pleasure. The sickening mutilation of our bodies to the point where some were more machine than human. And the worst of all, the pursuit of AI superintelligences. False gods that humans aspire to construct for themselves. We oppose it all for the glory of our Creator and the salvation in our future.
And how do you go about preventing people from worshiping these false gods?
Not by violence, if that's what you're implying. Such things belong to the past.
So it's just a coincidence that the only armed man I've seen in Nordson was right behind your doors?
Sadly, the world is still in a state where men with guns are a necessary evil. However, no laws have been broken. We have every right to bear arms.
Do you know what kinds of books Leonard liked to read?
One book he borrowed frequently was The Kingdom of God is Within You. In fact, it still hasn't been returned. It should be among his estate.
Would you be able to say if he had any favorite quotes from that book?
No, you should ask someone who spent more time with him.
Fine, I'll do that. What kind of book is it anyway?
It's about non-violence, to summarize.
Got it. Thanks. What do you know about Carl Oscarson?
I must confess I didn't even know his name before I heard he was a murder victim.
What do you think of Gabriel?
Kurt's nephew. We only met briefly a few times.
Do you know who Katarina Berg is, the school teacher? She also calls herself Melinda.
I believe I've seen her around town with the school children, but I don't know much about her.
What do you think of Commissary Anderson?
He's no member of the church, but he's a fine man blessed with strong Christian morals. Compassionate, forgiving, and open-minded. I was good friends with his late father, and I'm glad to see that his son followed in his footsteps.
What's your opinion on Stina Ruth?
Cunning woman, that one. She's been a thorn in our side ever since she joined the town council.
Yeah? How so?
She has a penchant for political obstruction. Things like hindering our building permits or imposing unreasonable restrictions on our street preaching.
Why do you think she's been acting that way?
If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say she has some kind of grudge. Some Christian out there must have greatly angered her at some point.
What's your opinion on Maya Strand?
She was my polar opposite in almost every way. But I enjoyed the occasional late-night chess game with her in the canteen. It's fascinating how trivial activities like board games can bring such different people together. Goes without saying that I was as shocked and appalled as anyone when I learned of what happened to her.
What's your opinion on Dr. Pearson?
He and I have quite different takes on life and death, to put it lightly. But alas, a man of my age needs to see a physician regularly to keep the Grim Reaper at bay. So I grit my teeth and endure half an hour of his morbid humor for the sake of my health.
What do you think of Walter?
I don't know him well, but he seems like the kind of man who plays the part of the clown to hide a deep wound.
Do you know who Leonard Dahl's brother is?
I believe his name is Rolf. Quite a shady character, if you ask me.
Oh, the gardener, right?
Yes, that's him.
What can you tell me about Rolf?
Not my favorite person. He mocked the Lord when I first met him, and I don't take kindly to that sort of behavior.
I'll keep it to myself. I don't need to show him that. I don't want... Do you recognize this woman?
I do. That's one of the teachers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that pretty much sums up what I know about her.
That's evidence. Recognize this?
I do. Read it even many years ago.
Know thy enemy?
Something like that.
I don't want to share... I don't need to know... So, this is the person
I see. He passed away.
Yes.
My condolences. I'll pray for his soul.
That's all, for now.
Understood. I'll be here if you have...
Wow, that's a lot of... Wow, that's a lot of book. Oh, the passage led back here. Good. Since I left the door unlocked behind me, I'll be able to come back the same way. I don't want to disturb. Hello, Ralph.
Hey, look, I'm pretty busy here. Not really a good time to talk.
This can't wait. You heard about your brother, right?
It's a small town, what do you think?
Sorry about your loss, but I really need to ask you some questions.
Fine.
Do you know who Katarina Berg is, the school teacher? She also calls herself Melinda.
Sure, I've seen her around, but that's pretty much it.
What kind of relationship did you have with your brother?
The sibling kind. We weren't enemies, if that's what you're asking. The rest is really none of your business.
What can you tell me about yourself, Rolf?
I'm not in the mood for small talk. Ask your questions so I can get back to work.
What do you know about the conduit?
You know I'm a gardener, not an electrician, right?
That's not... Never mind. I'm sorry, Rolf, but I have to ask you about your brother's death.
I know, and I wish I had something to give you, but I don't know what happened.
So you have no idea who'd want to kill Leonard?
It's gotta be the nutjob who killed those other people, right?
It's possible, but far from certain. When was the last time you talked to your brother?
A week and a half ago, or so.
Okay, how did he seem? What did you two discuss?
He was his usual self, but what we talked about is private.
Look, every little detail matters. What he said could be the key to finding his killer.
I'm not gonna betray his trust. If you want to arrest me, go ahead. But that's all I'm gonna say.
What can you tell me about the Church of Epos? I know for a fact that your brother was a member.
So? That's not a crime.
Come on, Rolf, work with me. Don't you want me to catch your brother's killer?
Yes, he was a member, but I'm not. I spent 10 years trying to get him out of that place.
Why would you do that?
Because he changed. He became this sullen, slow, serious fucking block of a person. I know he died just yesterday, but the Leonard I grew up with, he's been dead for a long time.
I understand, Rolf. Thanks for sharing. No, I don't want to tip him off before I figured out the exact quote. I should keep this to myself, or he might figure out that I'm not the person Leonard wanted to have the evidence. I don't want... Do you know who this is?
Sure, it's that teacher, Melinda, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I know about her.
Do you recognize this?
No. Looks like any other knife to me. Why? That a murder weapon or something?
I can't give any more details. Sorry. What do you know about the conduit?
You know I'm a gardener, not an
That's not... No, that's That's it, for now.
Good.
More runes. Seems to be a common thing in Nordsund. There it is, the book from the library. Got it. The Kingdom of God is Within You by Leo Tolstoy. This looks ancient, pre-collapse for sure. A number of pages are marked in the margins, likely to easily find them. Even if one of the marked pages contains the quote I need, there's too much text. I'll need more to go on. Maybe someone who had regular contact with Leonard would know the quote if they saw it. Can you answer a few more questions?
I suppose.
Do you know Rolf, the plant master?
Sure, he brings our gardening waste to the recycling center every week. He's kind of an asshole, though. Always seems to be trying to rip you off.
Do you remember Leonard quoting a book?
He used to say this phrase every now and then. Not sure if it's from a book, though.
Yeah? What was the saying?
I don't remember exactly. Something about life and being human, I think. Sorry.
Have a look at these marked pages. Does anything remind you of things Leonard used to say?
Give me a minute, will you?
Sure.
Here. The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity. Leonard used to say that whenever I was late for work.
Perfect. Thanks.
No problem.
I don't think he'd be... I don't want to share that with him. I'll let you get back to your drink.
Okay.
It's one of the tapes I found in Maya's secret lab. It's dated about 1.5 years ago. It's one of the tapes I found in Maya's secret lab. It's labeled Huldra. That action doesn't seem productive. That combination makes no sense. I don't see how those... That action doesn't... I don't see how the... That combination... Hey, I had a few more inquiries.
Fine.
The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity.
I don't believe this.
You have something for me, Rolf?
I guess so. You know, you're the last person I was expecting. Was my brother a police informant?
Yeah. We were building a case, but that's all I'm at liberty to say.
Shit! That's crazy. Wait here, I'll be right back. Here, now go, bury the bastard that killed my brother.
I'll do my very best. Got rid of the note. No need to hold on to that. Let's see here. There was an audio tape and a few documents inside. These look like surveillance reports. It seems that Leonard was investigating Carl, Katerina, and Maya. The museum, the junk heap, and the apartment at Mimir Road are all mentioned as locations of interest. Leonard must have followed them around town and documented their activities. There's not much new to me in here, but there's mention of multiple tape recordings. Maybe they can offer some other clue to the killer. I need to figure out some way to play that tape. It's the tape that Leonard stashed away. The label says Session Number 3. It's in fairly bad condition. This tape is in pretty bad shape, but I might be able to do something with this machine here. All right, looks like the machine has analyzed the tape. Maybe I can reduce some or all of this noise. I think I need to work with smaller sections. I shouldn't do that before I filtered out all the noise. I shouldn't do... I shouldn't do that, but... I shouldn't do that, but... I shouldn't do...
Things, Carl.
I can't shake the feeling that someone is onto us.
We've been careful. You're imagining things, Carl.
Baby, I can't wait to be done with all of this and just go be a family.
Me either, my love. Me either. Did you get the package?
Yes. Had a look inside. CPUs, neural cores, major third-degree violations.
I don't like it any more than you do, but it will keep Maya off our backs for a while.
Fuck, Mel, it's too hot. Terrorist classified hot. By definition, we're terrorists now.
Don't be dramatic. We'll keep our heads down, let Maya have her fun, then eject from this whole mess.
Things used to be so simple around here.
Interesting. If only I knew where it was recorded. Looks like an... Hi again.
Hey there.
What do you think of Rolf?
Funny guy. Smokes like a chimney and drives one hell of a hard bargain.
That's evidence. I don't need to show him that. I don't think he'd... I'm off.
Take care.
Bye-bye,
Oh, those must be the chimes I heard on Leonard's tape. That means Carl and Katerina were here when they were recorded. I should have a look around. I wonder... There's something taped here under the bench. A tape recorder. This must be what Leonard used to record Carl and Katerina. There's still a tape inside. Crap, looks like the recorder is busted. I'll just ditch it and keep the tape.
Let me worry about Carl. I'll find a way to make him see the value of our cause.
He's a liability, Katerina. It's only a matter of time before he figures out our true plans for the vessel.
Maya, just don't call our child that.
What? Vessel? But that's exactly what it is. A vessel for Huldra. Don't get emotionally attached. We must put our own... How many children can she not save? How much suffering can she not end?
I know, Master, it's just hard. What if something went wrong? What if this is all for nothing?
You need to have faith, sister. Ever since I was little, I have sung to the tune of these machines. Now, is your wrist implant working as expected?
I think so. Doesn't itch anymore, at least.
I'll run a diagnostic later. I also put in a little surprise.
Let me guess, a bomb?
Is that sarcasm? It doesn't befit you. No, a fake biometric signature.
Oh, for the city trench coats? Why would one of them ever come to Nordsund?
It's just precaution. We won't remain here forever. I haven't gotten us this far by avoiding contingencies, have I?
I suppose not.
Katerina played me good. She is one of them. I must go and confront her.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Same here, but I'll be careful. I promise.
If you say so, honey.
Katerina? Huh? If someone is there, show yourself. Strange. Hey, Katerina, wake up. Shit, her pulse is extremely weak. Maybe her arm is worse off than it looks. I need to go get help.
From what I can gather, some kind of brain trauma has put her in a comatose state.
Damn. Can you determine the extent of the damage?
Difficult to say, which is typical for most brain injuries. She could wake up in 5 minutes. She may never wake up at all.
What could have caused it? Could someone have done it to her?
It's theoretically possible that she suffered a stroke, but her symptoms are eerily similar to victims of sophisticated interrogation techniques.
Interrogation techniques? Like what?
I'm no neurologist or nanoengineer, but from what I learned in medical school, there are advanced torture devices and energy-based weapons that can cause symptoms like this. All of them illegal, of course. Your colleagues at the Bureau may have more information about the subject.
I see. I will consult my contact here in Nordsund. Perhaps she has some knowledge on the matter.
Very well. I will remain here overnight and monitor this woman's vitals.
Good. Thank you, Doctor. Stay frosty, Gabriel. Whoever did this to Katerina may decide to come back.
I'll try, ma'am. Be careful out there. Urun is drawing near.
Urun?
You didn't hear? The storm. That's what people are calling it.
Oh. Must be a big one. No Stina. Quite a mess. Could be caused by the storm. Or... quite a mess. Could be quite... It's Stina's scarf. Ah! Stina! What the hell?
Sorry, kid. Can't let you stand in my way.
But why?
Damn it. Why'd you have to get so close?
No, this wasn't supposed to happen. Hold on, darling. I've got this.
Damn. The strain on my blue to keep me alive must have knocked out the Augs. I've never felt this cold. I need to find a way to heat myself up before I get hypothermia. Pretty intense flow in the stream. I may have floated for quite a while. It's a shallow cave, but I should be able to take shelter from the storm in there. I need to get myself warm and dry first, though. A large branch. Damp and not ideal as firewood, but could be part of a shelter. Damn, it's too tough to break off by hand. This straight... I don't... This area in front of the cave looks suitable for a campfire. I could... A large... It's a shallow cave. Okay, I put the firewood in place. I'll need some dry kindling, too. This straight stick would work well as a spindle for a friction fire. I've got the... A large branch. A large branch. Damp and not ideal. I don't see how the... That combination... I hate to do this, but it's a matter of survival. The firewood and kindling are set up now. I should try to start a fire with a spindle. Damn, too much wind from the east. I need to shield the campfire with something. A large branch. A large... I don't see how... I don't think... That action... It's a shallow cave. This straight stick is nice and dry. With some kindling, I should be able to use this. A photo of Katerina. The glass frame is broken, but I might be able to use the shards. I've gathered a few dense tree branches, but I'll need some way of tying them together. Damp through and through. I'll need to dry this out before I can use it again. These could become... That actually... That it's the tape found in... Yeah. I might be able to tie it all together using the tape. All right. That should catch any wind coming from the east.
Remember last time we went camping?
How could I forget? What didn't go wrong that weekend?
Well, we were never hit by any meteorites or struck by lightning. But other than that...
At least my friction fire skills have improved. I never thought all that survival training would ever actually pay off.
Avoiding death by freezing may have been a decent incentive.
You could say that. As much as I enjoy your company, I'm not quite ready to cross over to the other side. Looks like the storm has subsided. I should try to make my way back to Nordsund. I was lucky to find good shelter so quickly. I may not have survived the storm otherwise. Ow. There's that familiar feeling again. I seem to have developed an ability to regenerate wounds. Likely due to the trauma last night. No sign of my previous augmentations, though. I may need to replenish my blue to get them back.